Super big revelation! Is Defense Derby really worth playing?
Hey folks, it's Mox Gaming. Defense Derby is live now. To be honestly, my first impression is that it's super friendly for beginners, daily sign-in, new player rewards, and abundant counpon are waiting for you to claim. Firstly, the game provides you with 2 3-star heroes and 2,000 cubics upon launch. Secondly, if you log in for 7 consecutive days, you'll receive 1,500 gems, 2 3-star rare units, and on the 7th day, you'll be granted a legendary unit. Lastly, the game's inbox will gift you 2 coupons, totaling 2,000 gems. Currently, I already have 4,300 gems, allowing for 22 consecutive free draws. With a slight hesitation about getting something for free, I've decided to fully experience Defense Derby and share my thoughts. Especially, you guys have been eagerly anticipating this game. If you find this video helpful, please give me a like. Let's start by taking a look at the heroes and units in Defense Derby. They are categorized into different factions: Human, Spirit, and Beast. When it comes to types, it's relatively simple, with just physical and magic. What's interesting is that in Defense Derby, you can upgrade the level of each hero and unit. Even if you don't have legendary units, you can still obtain legendary grade units by continuously upgrading lower level units. Of course, this requires a significant amount of time and effort, so if you have the opportunity, getting legendary units early on can accelerate your gameplay progress and enhance your gaming experience. Additionally, what's intriguing is that each unit has distinct differentiations in attack type, attack target, and distance. This adds depth and liveliness to the character designs. You can strategically deploy units based on various levels and tasks, taking into account the special abilities of each unit and hero. Of course, the most crucial aspect lies in the profession synergies among units, as well as the attribute synergy effects between units and heroes. These synergies ensure that heroes and units can unleash their maximum potential on the battlefield. Let's discuss the specific gameplay mechanics in a moment. In the Derby mode, players can engage in real-time PvP battles with 3 opponents from different regions around the world. In my opinion, this is the most central gameplay of Defense Derby, without a doubt. It especially tests your strategic thinking. I believe it's more than just a tower defense RPG. If you consider yourself to have a high IQ, come experience this game to prove yourself. Before the battle starts, there will be a hero on the chessboard, which you have previously selected. Then, the system will randomly choose 2 units from your preset team. Within just a few seconds, you need to arrange the defense positions of your units. The hero's position can't be chosen and remains fixed in the center of the chessboard. So what you need to do is arrange the layout based on the 2 units randomly assigned by the system. If you're lucky enough to match units from the same faction as the hero, you've hit the jackpot. That's because the hero can trigger racial synergy with adjacent units in any direction, providing buffs. After efficiently placing your chosen units within the limited time, you then proceed to the PvP phase with the other 3 players. If you find the above gameplay a bit conventional, then the following bidding mechanism will surely thrill you. During each PvP match with the other 3 players, if you're the first to defeat the monster and secure a victory, congratulations. You'll receive the most Derby chips. The benefit of Derby chips is that at the end of each round, there's an on-the-spot unit bidding gameplay. The system randomly designates a unit, and within a time frame, you and the other 3 players simultaneously bid for it. The highest bidder wins the unit. So, these Derby chips are essentially your currency. When deciding to purchase a unit, check how many Derby chips you have first. It's important to note that if you're unable to win the unit during the bidding process, don't worry. The system will refund all your bid Derby chips to you. Here's a tip for you: you don't need to bid in every auction. Why? Because you need to consider whether the heroes and units in your current team have a synergistic buff effect with the unit being auctioned. So, my advice is that if the auctioned unit isn't needed for your team, you can bid 0 Derby chips or 1 Derby chip. Why? The advantage here is that this action can mislead other players. They might think you're out of Derby chips, and thus, they could relax their guard for your upcoming PvP matches. However, this is actually a strategic move on your part. At the right moments, use your Derby chips strategically to bid on units that bring value to your team. Now, during actual battles, I've compiled some tips for you. If you find these helpful, don't forget to give it a like. Firstly, placing units or heroes of the same type in a straight line can boost their attack power by 30%. Secondly, positioning units and heroes of the same faction close to each other can enhance their attack power by 20%. And then, if you defeat all monsters first, the monsters on your opponent's path will go into a frenzy, significantly increasing their movement speed. Fourth, your castle's health increases with the level of your guardians. Lastly, 2 1-star units can be combined into a 2-star unit, and 1 2-star unit combined with 1 1-star unit can create a 3-star unit. Do you find this auction gameplay mechanism interesting? Does it challenge your strategy and finger skills? Let me know in the comments. Next, let's talk about the Blitz mode. It's a pure PvE boss challenge mode that greatly tests the overall strength of a player's team. Let me share some tips about the Blitz mode gameplay. Please keep watching. Before the battle starts, you need to preset the heroes and units in your team. Consider the synergy between faction and type for buff effects, as you only have one chance. Even if you're attacked by monsters once, it's considered a failure. The big boss monsters can split into many smaller ones along the castle route. There will be life value buffs on the route that you need to eliminate before monsters touch them. Once the monsters consume the life value buff, the fate of failure awaits you. Secondly, the difficulty of Blitz stages will gradually increase. Each time you clear a Blitz stage, you will receive gems and attribute points. Similar to the Sim Battle and Forgotten Hall in Honkai Star Rail, the Blitz stages reflect the synergy of your current team, the strength of your power, and even feature a player leaderboard, ensuring your records remain unmatched. In addition to the Derby and Blitz modes, there are other gameplay options. For example, you can invite 3 friends to join a friendly Derby mode, creating a room that's exclusively for you and your friends. Doesn't that sound exciting? Lastly, Defense Derby also features the Talents and Artifacts gameplay, which allows you to unlock units' faction-based potential and even enhance the buff effects of type combos. Alright, let's dive into the gacha system. Compared to MMORPG and turn-based RPG, Defense Derby keeps it simpler. It offers 2 gacha banners. One banner requires cubics for summoning and can only yield common and rare grade units. The other banner allows summoning using gems and exclusively offers 5-star legendary grade units. However, you can rest assured because Defense Derby also features a pity system. After 50 unit summons, you are guaranteed to obtain a 5-star legendary grade unit. However, Defense Derby features a unique summoning method through faction banners. These banners allow you to use different faction crystals for summoning, and they also have the potential to yield 5-star legendary grade units. When it comes to the best time for gacha, my strategy is to start using the initial 4,000 gems right after completing the newbie guide. I usually begin by using the free units provided by the system for early stage farming. Though their strength might be slightly lower, they are completely sufficient. This approach is especially helpful for F2P players. Don't rush, because as you progress through the levels and storylines, you will receive milestone rewards. The system will grant you 2 3-star rare units. If you've used up all your gems and still haven't obtained a legendary grade unit in your team, don't worry. Once you reach the 7th day of daily check-ins, you'll receive a free 5-star legendary grade unit. Even if you manage to draw 5-star legendary grade units, don't get too carried away with joy, because as I emphasized earlier in the core gameplay of Defense Derby, it requires combo buffs from your hero and units to overcome monsters. Just having 1 to 2 legendary grade units won't be enough to alter the outcome. So, your wisdom and courage are the real keys to victory in Defense Derby. Okay, when it comes to gacha rates, we've got a 3.6% drop rate for 5-star legendary units, a 22.9% rate for 3-star rare units, and a 73.5% rate for 1-star common units. Now, if you manage to get the 5-star legendary units you want, you can fully enjoy the satisfaction on your team. But hey, if you're not satisfied with your gacha results, don't worry, you can find setting button in the top right, click delete account button and reroll again. And then, let's talk about the pros and cons of Defense Derby. First, let's discuss the pros. The artistic style and game theme of Defense Derby instantly remind me of the classic game Clash Royale. I quite like the unique character designs and gameplay mechanics of Defense Derby. Some games are just about mindless character upgrades and farming levels, but they lack the high-intensity mental challenges that Defense Derby offers. Every time I play the Derby mode, I find myself getting excited and nervous, making it an adorable game. Next, let me talk about the cons. There's no specific gacha up event for units and heroes. The game only provides the simple animation effect to showcase units, and there's no trial channel for characters, nor is there a comprehensive units full encyclopedia feature. Moreover, information about the ultimate skills of these 5-star legendary units is completely missing. Even I don't know what kind of buff effect the 5-star legendary units can bring to my current team. I can only understand through some official video clips provided, but most players don't know where to find these resources. However, if you're a viewer of this video I've created, you can clearly understand the skills of these 5-star legendary units. Finally, in terms of the storyline, music, and sound effects, it's relatively weak. However, it's understandable that the developers' focus isn't on these aspects, unlike second-dimensional theme MMORPGs or turn-based RPGs that have visually pleasing story backgrounds and music. Alright, that wraps up my first impression of Defense Derby. I recommend you watch this video content repeatedly, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. I'll post the timeline there for your convenience. By the way, for those of you who haven't yet followed the channel, do it now and stay tuned. More exciting and exclusive game videos are only on Mox Gaming channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.